2 days ago, me, my brother, and my mum, we were walking through the duty-free section in the airport. You know where they have all these nice aftershaves and these alcohols. We walked past the alcohol section and then we got these nice fragrances. I started to spray some on some sticks and then I put some on myself as well. I went with the Hugo Boss one. It smelled really good. And then my mum and my younger brother Sachi, they left us. They went to get some tacos. So me and Keone were stood there for about 20 minutes still looking at all the other aftershaves. About 30 minutes later, we had to board our flight. So we walked up the stairs, up the elevator, through the departure gate, handed the people our passports, and then we were waiting in the lounge. As soon as we boarded the flight, me and my brothers and then my mum, we separated from each other. So I was sat with two of my brothers and then my mum was sat with these other random strangers. And then the people on the plane, they were going through the safety briefings. So you know when they have the yellow thing around you and then they're saying brace, brace, and they're saying, if this happens, you need to do this. And then me and my brothers, we just had our headphones on, we weren't listening at all. And my mum got pretty annoyed, so we had to take them off and put our eyes down the middle aisle at the ladies. One of the ladies that was doing the brace thing, she looked in a state of a mood. She looked really like, she did not want to be there. She looked like she had a long day. And then when she was coming around to serve our drinks later on in the plane, she looked really bored. Like I smiled at her, I was like, thank you. And then she just seemed like she wasn't there, man. She seemed like she was having a bit of a bad day. Like she needed some cheering up. So when I went to the toilet about halfway through the flight, I was waiting. I was speaking to this other man and we were talking about his climbing shoes. They were pretty cool. They were these like shoes where your toes are engraved into them. Then I looked to my left and all the flight attendants, they were sitting together eating their sandwiches. The lady was there as well, the one that looked a bit down in the dumps, let's say. So there was two ladies and one guy. I found in my pocket the fragrance from earlier. Then I randomly said to them, guys, try guess. I'll give you this stick. Try guess what the fragrance is. I'll be back from the toilet in a sec and then try tell me if you got it. And then they all looked at me and they were like, okay, yeah, that seems fun, let's do it. And then the lady whose face was a bit down in the dumps before, she was a bit annoyed, her face brightened up. She looked so engaged, she was like, okay, like she was ready to solve a puzzle. I went to the toilet, I had a wee. Yeah, I didn't have a shit, don't worry. I had a wee, I came back out the toilet. So they started to guess the fragrance and then they kept getting it wrong. Then one of them actually got it. And then I was like to them, okay guys, have a lovely day and keep the stick as well. It's a gift from me, which was it's a piece of paper, it's a gift from me. And they all said thank you and they smiled back and then I went back to my seat. That was the rest of the flight. She was pretty hot as well. I mean, maybe I should have done some more there, but okay, it's in the past, it doesn't matter. So what I did there was basically, I gamified the social interaction. I made a social interaction engaging by having a puzzle-like sense to it or having like a problem-solving thing to it. So basically what it is you give the other person something to solve or something to do or something that triggers some emotions in their brain which they have to solve a problem or they have to like answer a question or they have to try guess something. This is very different to a normal conversation when you're speaking to someone like, what do you do for a living? Okay, that's cool. What are your hobbies? Cool. It's not like generic base level conversation. It's taking it down a different path and it makes it much more fun and engaging for the other person. What I'll do, I'll play you a clip from the other day where I was talking to this girl. I think I was talking about her book or something. I'll play that now, you can watch it. What book is that? Can I try guess by how you appear? Okay. I'm saying it's a book about history or something.
Fuck no.
You're not a history girl.
No, I did take history for GCSE. It's a guilty pleasure, I'm gonna be very honest. It's like fantasy.
Fantasy, like
Yeah, I love it so much.
like sex fantasy.
No, not like sex fantasy.
My bad.
Jeez.
Sorry, I didn't get your name. What was it?
Haley.
Haley.
What's your name?
Amani. So even though this girl, she had a boyfriend, all that nonsense, I didn't end up getting her number. We had a really fun interaction. And did you notice, just from me trying to guess and make the conversation into a game, the conversation went quite well after that. It triggered some emotions, we were both laughing, and it was fun in the moment, you know? It wasn't just boring and like, oh, I don't really want to be here, when you're like trying to think of the next thing to say. I'll give you some examples. So when you do try gamify these conversations, like, try to guess my ethnicity, or I'm gonna try to guess your ethnicity. Actually, don't tell me what your job is. I'll try to guess it based on how you look. Say you're in a museum or something, and you see like a cute girl next to you, or you see a guy next to you. You could be like, I wonder how many people died making this statue. Actually, no. That's kind of deep. I don't know. It's kind of like observing the current situation and then saying what you think about it, but turning it into a question for the other person to solve. And that is really fun to do. I think one time I was in the shop, I was waiting to get like a chocolate brownie in the cafe. There's this couple behind me, and I thought I just wanted to have a little conversation with them. So the people that were serving the coffee were taking about 10 minutes. So we were in the queue for ages and it was getting really annoying. Then I turned to them, I said, do you reckon they have poor customer service on purpose so that we look at the treats more and then it makes us more hungry so we can buy more food? And then they started laughing and we started talking about the psychology behind the shop, behind the food, and it was quite funny. It was a good conversation. So that's all from me. I'm currently chilling by the beach. Sorry it wasn't like a whiteboard video. It's just I had it on my mind, so I thought I'd play it for you guys. And yeah, check out the other video where I was speaking to beautiful girls. Some of the stuff I'm saying in here, like gamifying the social interaction, is in that video. So go check that out. You can see me actually do it in person. That's all from me, boys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for joining me. Adios.